Hey, this week on Babble, we're going to talk about what I've been doing since I saw a webinar that I signed up for about a week and a half ago or so. So we're going to talk about that. Babble. So I attended or signed up for a webinar about a week and a half ago. It was a webinar that was sponsored by or led by Mark Cashman and Larry Hudson. A couple of names in the VO biz you should know. If you don't, look them up. They've been around for a while. Mark Cashman's been doing VO for years and years. He's a, actor, VO artist, coach, all of that good stuff. I took some coaching from him about 7-8 years ago. Took a 6-week course with him. And it was fun. It was a group course. There was about 8 of us in the group, and we went through 6 weeks of different voice acting lessons and techniques and things like that he taught us. So it was good. And in fact, Larry Hudson visited the class one week, and we did a few silly little recordings. It was fun. Any rate, they put on this webinar with 3 guests, and they talked about the marketing of voiceover. And we've talked about marketing in the past, in some past episodes, and what we've been doing and what we haven't been doing. And this webinar was, kind of a mishmash of 3 different genres of marketing, and how you can use each of them to your benefit to advance your voiceover career. I'm doing, or I was doing, some of what they talked about in limited ways. But after watching the webinar and listening to them, I think I'm going to spruce up some of my efforts here. So the other individuals in the webinar were Tracy Lindley. She talked about LinkedIn marketing. She has a course that she promotes about how to use LinkedIn for marketing your voiceover. I did take that course a while back. I want to say a couple of years ago or so. It was an interesting class. Had some good takeaways. I didn't really follow up on, what she talked about, which is a bad student. If I would have been given a test about everything she talked about, I would have had an F. Any rate, she was on the webinar and talked about LinkedIn marketing. A gentleman by the name of Tom Aguilino, I don't know, some form of that. He talked about email marketing. And then Tom Deere talked about, marketing with, pay-to-play sites, agents, tying in email marketing and LinkedIn with agents and pay-to-play sites, casting sites, things like that. They all had some interesting points, and they all had some takeaways that were worthwhile. And I think I'm going to, being that I'm all alone again this week. Yes, I know. The gang's not here with me again. Although John is in Atlanta for the voiceover conference in Atlanta. What the fuck is that voice conference called? Something in Atlanta. VO Atlanta. Yeah, VO Atlanta, I think. I don't know. Something like that. He's going to talk about his adventures in that VO conference when he gets back. So that'll be fun to talk about in the coming week or so. So that's what John is doing. Doug, Cindy, Jeff, I don't know. They're off doing other things. They didn't want to play with me this week. So, again, you've got just me. So, real quick, the things I'm going to do, and again, I'm going to try to keep you updated as I go from month to month, along with my monthly update that I give you. I'm going to let you know how I'm doing on some of the marketing that they talked about in this webinar with the LinkedIn marketing, which is something that I'm going to work on. I'm going to get to work on my LinkedIn profile. Tracy mentioned that you need to make sure your LinkedIn profile is up to date, is very focused on VO, which I need to look at mine and just make sure that I've got everything up to snuff. And then she talked about making sure that you have some demos on your LinkedIn site, which you have to do video demos on LinkedIn because LinkedIn will only accept videos. They won't accept audio. So I'm going to work on that. I do have a couple of, rough video demos that I'm going to look at. I might do some new ones or clean up the ones that I've got so I can put those on my LinkedIn profile. She just mentioned certain things about getting your profile up to snuff so that when you market yourself out there and you want to get new connections in LinkedIn, you want it so that when that person that you're trying to connect with, will look at your profile and go, oh, hey, this guy, he might look, he looks interesting. I'll connect with him, may correspond back and forth. Yeah, so, you want to do that. And then again, you want to connect to the people that, have the work out there, producers and the agents and the production companies and this and that. Connecting with other voice actors in the business is always good. She doesn't frown on doing that. She said, don't not do that. If you have someone that you want to connect with or someone wants to connect with you, do it. But when it comes to the marketing to look for work, you want to hit those people that actually have the jobs. So I'm going to work on that. I'll let you know how that goes as it goes. As far as the email marketing, I am doing that. I'm back to pounding the pavement, per se, with the email marketing. I don't know if, the 10 emails that I'm sending out per day is sufficient. It's something. Tom did not mention really how many he sent out per day. If he did, I missed it. If any of you out there in podcast land heard a number that he likes to send out daily, let me know. Give a comment so that I can be educated on that, because I didn't hear that. So let me know if there was a certain number that he likes to hit. Again, I do 10 a day. I try to do 10 a day. There's some days that I miss because life gets in the way. So, and he had other, little tips and tricks about what not to do on your email marketing and what to do. The one big thing is, in the title line that you're sending out, make sure that you don't do all caps. Make sure that you're not doing exclamation points and all of that, because I guess that tends to send your email into spam. I don't know, the algorithms in, the email algorithm world, when they see that, it hits your email with, oh, you must be spam, we'll throw you away. So do something quick and smart and, do it in regular upper and lower case and send away. The other item that he mentioned, which I do, so, that was a good pat on the back for me. Keep your email short, really quick. Just hey, my name is, I'm a voice actor. Are you looking at adding to your roster, or are you accepting demos? If so, hey, I'd like to send you to my website. Check it out, blah, blah, blah. Real quick, nothing fancy, just a real quick email. And then on the follow-ups, again, real quick follow-ups, which I do. They're quick little emails, nothing real elaborate. Right now, I'm doing my initial introduction emails to people. And then, as days and weeks go on, I go back to those initials, introductions, and I do a follow-up. I haven't done a third email to anybody yet. And Tom mentioned, there's been discussions in the past about how many emails you send. It takes X amount of touches before somebody will pay attention to you. Tom was of the mindset that after 3, maybe 4, if you're not getting a response, move on. Don't bother them anymore. Maybe hit them up in another year, another 6 months, another year, hit them up. But don't continue to send emails after 3 or 4 times. That was his thoughts. So I'm going to work on that. I'll let you know how that goes. Tom Deere was more or less talking about the pay-to-play sites and agents. A couple of good takeaways I got from it. And again, they didn't give too much information. I should have mentioned at the beginning of this that this webinar was free. It didn't cost any money. So, these 3 people didn't give, all of their worldly secrets away in this webinar. They gave you a little taste, and like I say, they might give you 1 or 2 takeaways. Luckily with me, I happened to already had taken Tracy's course, so I have all the information on that, so I can go back to look at that and refresh my memory on what to do with LinkedIn. So going back to Tom Deere, when he was talking about the pay-to-play sites and agents, with the pay-to-play sites, he mentioned just to make sure that your profiles were up to date, that your demos or your audio samples were up to date on those casting sites. With certain casting sites, you can only have a limited number of demos. So it is what it is. You want to make sure that those demos are up to snuff. As far as like Voice123 and Voices.com, I'm on Voices.com. Ooh, I know, yeah, Voices.com. Ooh, dirty word to some people. I'm giving it a shot. Again, I used to be on Voices many, 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 many years ago. I'm giving him a shot again. So, at any rate, going back to that, on Voices, you can put as many audio samples, demos on there that you want. The more the merrier, as far as Voices are concerned. Their algorithm is set up that the more demos or audio samples you have on there with as many descriptor words about your voice as possible, that just gets that algorithm working more into your favor, getting you more and more auditions. I initially went on Voices with, I think, 13 demos. I'm now adding to that. I'm in the process of trying to get that up to around 20 plus. If I, get 23, 24 audio samples and demos on there, we'll see how that goes. So I'm working on that. As far as, again, the other pay-to-play sites that I'm on, like VO Planet and Bidalgo, those two, they only give you a limited number of demos you can put on there. But I'm going to make sure that those are cleaned up, that they're up to date, to make those a better listening pleasure for people. With the agents, an agent nowadays is only as good as, I don't know what an agent is good as. I do have one agent in California that gets me quite a few auditions. I've gotten 1 gig from him over the years that I've been with him. I've gotten quite a few shortlists through him, but again, only 1 gig. But a lot of auditions, so that's good. I have another agent out of Colorado. I get a few auditions from them. Not a lot, but a few. I have an agent here in Arizona. I don't get a damn thing from them. With that, Tom said, with agents like that, you need to kind of send them an email. It's like a little marketing email to say, hey, I'm here, I'm alive, I'm still here. What are you guys doing? Haven't heard from you lately. Something I need to work on with that one agent. Along with that, Tom mentioned that you need to have agents in different areas. Now, I have one in LA, I have one here in Arizona, I have one up in Colorado. I should be looking at getting an agent in, the Midwest area, the East Coast area, the Southeast, Florida, that area, maybe the Pacific Northwest. I'm going to be doing a little agent searching, a little marketing out there to some agents. I haven't done that in ages. I've gotten these 3 agents that I have years ago, and I've kept them, or they've kept me. So I need to spruce up that hunt so that I've got that, all of the spokes going, which they talked about, the spokes of the wheel. You got to have your agents, you got to have your email marketing, you've got to have your casting sites, you've got to do all of these different things. So I need to get those spokes up to date. I got to get them up and running so that the wheel is turning round and round. That was stupid. Any rate, so that's what I'm going to be working on, and I'll keep you up to date on that. Hopefully, next week, the gang will be back. If not, I'll bore you with another silly podcast that you may find interesting and you may find a waste of time. Who knows? Oh, by the way, happy daylight savings time to all of you around the world, or around the U.S., or wherever time changes. It doesn't change here in Arizona. Time stays constant here in Arizona. We don't fuck with time. But to the rest of you that lost an hour, happy daylight savings time. Okay, with that being said, I think I'm done for today. We'll see you next week, okay? Bye. Thanks for joining us. We'll babble on next week.